Hello, everybody. It's October 14th, 2021. Gorgeous, sunny fall day here in DC. So, as we have more and more people reporting about shortages and the storm is upon us, and this is going to occur, and this is going to occur, and that's going to occur, and this and that is going to occur, I suggest you step away from that timeline. Step away. Because whether you like it or not, listening to it and then maybe seeing a shelf half empty in a store, you begin to believe it, and then you begin to feed that timeline versus feeding the nutritional spiritual side of who you are. So I've said this in many videos before, and I'm just going to repeat it again because it actually just came up a lot in the last few days that I'm hearing a lot of this feedback. So before we get into a negative feedback loop, which is really hard to flip it back over, and you sink down into a realization of doom, gloom, and so on. And even just saying that, I have to say cancel all delete. This video is simply for educational purposes so that you can have some other tools in your toolbox to be the best that you can be in this very second. So, as we're feeding, so much of this, and then actually really just looking around at all the things that could be triggering, these kinds of emotional, responses and, remember, we mirror each other. So when you have something that triggers you, then there has to be a vibrational source within you that is getting sandpapered by whatever it is that's going on. So you have to really work on combining the mental, the physical, the emotional, and the etheric spiritual bodies together. Because lots of what's been programmed within you is not you. So, feast and famine, right? So there was a lot of famine, with the Great Depression, a lot. But there isn't one person right here, right now, that's actually physically really gone through that, like really gone through it. My parents are 90, okay, and they were born around that time, but they didn't really remember a lot of it in the ways that others who have passed over do. But remember, our DNA is passed down. So what may be something your mother or father went through and their mother and father went through, it can easily come into your programming. And it could also be part of maybe a past life thing that's filling your cell. And so we want to empty that out and know that, we don't need these memories anymore. That's the old matrix, the old paradigm. So we don't want to feed into that fear. We don't want to stifle our breathing. So what do? We stop, drop, and we sit. And in that moment that we do that, we connect automatically to our heart. And then we connect to the sympathetic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system, right? So now the sympathetic, which is your fight and flight and overriding things, gets to kind of take a back seat to the parasympathetic. And calm begins to happen. The more you sit, the more you breathe. Whether you're walking, you can slow it down. There's so many different ways you can do this. If you can't, just have a moment. Stay in the bathroom stall a little bit longer. Gather it together. Take a few extra seconds before you get out of the car or when you get into the car to really attune and align with the me, myself, and I of the thyself of the higher, greater new world. Okay? So see that there is plenty. There is abundance for all. And while you're connecting with that breath, really truly look at your own personal life. I have clothes on my back. My belly is full. I have a roof over my head. Most of my bills are paid. In this moment, I am safe. I am safe. I don't need this fight or flight, adrenaline, cortisol ruining my life by running it. I have control to have it sit down and just be in my reserves for when I do need to run from a saber-toothed tiger. We're not squirrels. We don't have that mindset to where we have to go gather, fill my jaws to everything. Go back to my house. I don't know. Have you seen a squirrel house? Have you seen it? Is it so full of nuts they can't even sit on any furniture? I mean, what's the deal with that? Have you seen an overweight squirrel? No. No. They're busy, and I don't really know exactly what they're doing, but we're not here to be a squirrel or chase our tail like a squirrel. Watch them and find the humor in them. And then realize, wow, my mind went squirrely. But the rest of me knows that I'm okay. The rest of me knows that I'm safe. And you know what? Guess what? If there is a little distribution issue, many of us could do with less portions. Many of us could do with, not having an overfilled tummy before we go to sleep. We're not starving. We are definitely not starving. There's a big difference between a little bit of lack and hungry and starving, okay? What we're lacking here is communication skills with the me, myself, and I of the universe, with yourself and your divine God, source, creator, guide systems of you, your higher self, which is all of everything. And so those self-talks are acutely and critically in need right now. And so you got to do it to yourself first before you can offer it to your neighbor or anyone to the left or the right of you. So knowing that I am enough, I am safe, I'm okay. And in this moment, I've got food in my tummy, and I've got clothes on my back, and I've got a roof over my head. And everyone I know has the same, and they're safe too. And together, we will join hands, and we will help each other through all of it. Through all of it. Whatever it presents to be. But don't let the it be presented through your fear and your festering in a timeline that may have absolutely no appearance in our lifetime and the lifetime after that. So it's what if, and then what? What if, and then what? What you gonna do? Now, the other really super important thing to remember about the me, myself, and I of it, connecting with that breath by stop, drop, sit, really doing some inhales and exhales, really feeding that body through the oxygen, just allowing it to just sit back and understand it's enough and it's safe. And then bringing things to that conscious forefront mind. And all this other fear is in the autopilot of the subconscious. And we have the ability to override it, cancel, alt, delete, empty that old trash bin. It no longer serves us, friends. It no longer serves us. Each and every one of us are here to be of service to all things. And it's up to us to stop, drop, sit, and connect and know that we together are okay and that we've got this. Yeah. So if you need to, just bring your little transmitter down just a little closer. So it's not weeble wobbling in some of these transmitting, waves of information. And that means what? Put that remote control down, get off that computer, get off that social media. Just turn it off. Start connecting with your bare feet on Mother Earth. Start connecting with what you have and being grateful for what you have and cleaning up what you have. Clean up what you have. Give love and forgiveness, thankfulness for every single lesson. There's no wrong and there's no right. There's no bad, there's no good. You know? Learn to be the fulcrum of the balancing beam, not the balancing beam itself. Be the fulcrum that the beam sits upon. Be that anchor, that strength, that energy transmitter and muter that will then echo out and help everyone else that's around you. But it starts with you. It starts with me. And I really hope that this video can help you realize how powerful and how loved and how safe and how enough you are. So I am safe in this moment. I am enough in this moment. I have enough in this moment. My belly is full. My body is clothed. My roof is leak-proof. I'm safe. I'm enough. I have enough. Abundance and prosperity is everywhere. I walk with abundance and prosperity, and I have plenty to share. And when you get into a mindset like that, you're really tapping into the heart center, and you'll find that your breath and in these moods of trust and in this place of more peace and more loving temperance, that sustains you just like food. And you'll need less of the caloric intake that you're accustomed to. Relaxation. Save those adrenals and cortisols for the time when you really do need them. But do not let them wreak havoc upon your person, upon your cells that are so divinely guarded. Allow yourself to understand that you are enough and you are the power that can override all of that. And start getting your messages more directly from the divinity within you that is programmed in you to know that you are the hope. You are the light. You are the love. You're the way. You're the truth through your choices. So choose that. See how it feels versus some of that other. It's not a healthy energy drink, folks. It's not. All right? So if you need any assistance on this road, that's what I do. I coach. I teach you how to override, teach you how to get in there and deprogram the crapola that's there that doesn't even belong to you. And it helps you empty them out so that the new information can come in through this divine, beautiful transmitter that you were designed to be in the eyes of the infinite creator. You're beautiful and you're enough. And you've got this. Just say, I've got this. I got this. Bob and weave with all the others that have got this. Much love.